Everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing all of you a very simple strategy that I used to make $5,300 trading options last week. I'm also going to be breaking down exactly my thought process behind every single trade, my entries, and my exits. All right, so let's get right into it right off the bat. Now, the very first trade and the reason why I took it. Again, if you are new to the channel, on here we trade structures, chart pattern. And that chart pattern was on the 15th, all right? This one was a very simple day trade. As you can see, the SPY opened up a little bit higher going from Tuesday into Wednesday, all right? And then there was some chop right there, but the structure that I was looking at is not very easy to see, but it's definitely there. I'm going to change this thing to the 1 minute time frame. All right, and with the 1 minute, we're gonna go over here, and that structure is right there. There is an ascending triangle on the chart right over here. All right, and if this is the first time that you've seen an ascending triangle, again, it's not that it's a little bit hard to see, but it was definitely there, and we're gonna look at different examples of that. So if you go on Google and you type ascending triangle pattern, these are the different variations of how it's supposed to look like. The one that I'm showing you right now with the SPY is, it's very small. It is on the 1 minute, right? So if you're looking at the 5 minute, it might be hard to see. So you have to play with the time frame, zoom in a little bit, see which time frame is best to spot these things before the big move happens. All right, so these are the different ones. Now I want you to take a good look at all of these and the little changes, the little differences in between each of these structures right here, like especially between this one and that one. All right, like, and look at exactly how small this angle is versus how much bigger this one is right there. I'm going to like show you exactly why with the overall market and how that actually happened with different stocks. All right, but now I'm talking about SPY, and we're going to look at that specific trade. So we go on here. These are, yeah, that's the trade details for the SPY. So I bought the 414 calls at 152. The calls that expired on Friday, I bought them at 11:39. So we're gonna go over here. 11:39 is a little bit after the breakouts. I was a little late on that one. All right, I was a little late because I wanted to make sure that it wasn't one of these fake outs. Again, as I mentioned before, the structure is hard to see, and sometimes if the structure is too small, it might play games. So I had to really wait and make sure that this was the real thing. And once I saw this push right there, this big candle, I immediately bought it because I knew that, you know, it was more likely to behave in the way that I like, where it doesn't go up like this and then immediately drops like this and then does this and it pisses me off throughout the rest of the day. All right, so again, being patient is good, and that was just me making sure that it was going to play out the way it was supposed to play out. I got out of those calls. Again, the details of the calls right there. I got out of them at $260 each. Again, I bought 25 contracts, and I got out at $260 each at exactly 12.10 for a 26.50 profit. And 12.10 is right up here. The price target that I had for the SPY was exactly 415. So after it got to 415, all I wanted to make sure was that I sell it on the way down when it started to show weakness. I was wrong about the top because I got out right here. I got out right over here at 12.10. All right, eventually it went all the way up to 415.80. So I kind of left like 80 cents in $80 in premium per contract on this specific trade, but that's all right. Again, sometimes I cash the top, sometimes I don't. Last week I didn't really cash the top on a SPY, and even on the other trade that I'm about to show y'all, I left some money on the table. But again, there's room for improvement. Again, this is to teach you guys the thought process, the structures behind the trade. This is a high quality setup. It is one of my favorites. Again, the bullish and the bearish pennant and the ascending triangle are my favorite structures to trade. So that's the first one. All right, now the second trade that I took, it was on semiconductors. We're gonna go over to the Discord. All right, and let me show you guys right over here. It all started on Wednesday. There you go. All right, it all started on Wednesday with SMH. SMH looked like this. Again, this is another ascending triangle, and as you can see, like the angle at the before it breaks out is kind of broad. It's a little bit broad compared to the structure that I showed y'all with the SPY, but it works too. And this one played out really nice. As you can see, the breakout was there. I alerted everybody in the Discord that it was going to go all the way up to 132. All right. I was patiently waiting for this one to. I was waiting on the market because the market was looking kind of sus as well. All right. Now I'm gonna show y'all the details of the trade. I didn't get in at that exact day. I got in on the 17th. Let's go over here. All right, let's go on to here. There you go. So this is SMH, and on the 17th I bought contracts in the middle of the day for $1,300. Let's go back to ThinkorSwim. So SMH is right here. Let's go on a 4-hour time frame. Again, this is the structure, and I believe the 17th was right over here, right when it broke above the previous high of that day. Right over here, this is where I bought those calls, and I just held them all the way up until it got really close to 132. I was wrong about this one. Again, I was right about the big move with the semiconductor stocks. Let's go over here. So the semiconductor stocks was on my radar for that entire week. Again, we were monitoring it, that one, and along with SOXL. And this one, the price target that I had for it was $17. Again, the structures are what's important. The strategy is the structures. And once it's there and it's clean and it behaves well, there is a lot of money to be made. And this is why this is the only type of trading that I do here on this channel. It's the only, like, that's the only style that has worked best for me, and it's the only style that I trade every single day. All right, so that's for the semiconductors. Eventually they kept running higher. Also, AMD showed an ascending, I would say this is an ascending wedge, and it broke out on Wednesday as well. No, this is Tuesday. Yeah, it broke out on Tuesday along with SMH. On Wednesday it dipped back in and it closed higher above 300, and then everything just started to go off. Like, the entire market started to move, and pretty much there was a lot of opportunities in the market, but all of these structures are related. Let's go back to SMH. So I ended up getting rid of my contracts when it got close to 132 in this region. I was wrong about the top. It went all the way up to $134, but that's all right though. Again, there is room for improvement. Again, these structures are going to happen. They happened before and they will happen again. All right, and the next time it happens, the goal is to do a little bit better. I don't always catch the top. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, and this is one example where I definitely didn't. The last trade that I took, was on No, it was over here. It was on NVDA. And we're gonna go down here to the trade history. All right, and with NVIDIA, I ended up buying contracts like 1 minute before this thing closed for 454. The price target that I had on this one, again, as y'all seen in Discord, was 320. And as soon as it opened the next day, and I saw SMH started to go to 132, that's when I started to sell SMH first. And then I thought the move was over with the semiconductors. NVIDIA at the time was only up here, right over here at 308. And that's where I got out for an $1,100 profit. I missed a lot on that one, but people in the Discord definitely capitalized on this specific move. They held all the way up. They left some runners on there. They didn't get out completely at exactly 308. They let this one run. All right, let's look at how they did. So this is how some of our traders did from the 17th all the way into Friday. So this was, somebody took a trade on Tesla. I wasn't looking at that one. That was my trade on the SPY. And next over here, again, somebody bought NVIDIA calls and made 90% on the 17th. It was making moves on the 17th. And the same person again continued to make money off of NVIDIA. Looked like a 48% profit. If we go down to more, again, it was a very good week. It was a very good week. Again, this was the same, this was Netflix actually. And we were looking at Netflix for a long, right over here before it made that massive jump. Let's go down to here. Let's see. Pre-market analysis for Netflix right over here. Again, Netflix showed a bullish pennant on the 4-hour time frame, and it broke out and retested. And from that point on, it was pretty inevitable that it was going to go all the way up to 360. All right. As you can see right over here, it broke out last week. All right. Dropped at resistance for 4 days, and now looks ready to climb to 360. And that was on the 18th pre-market, like 20 minutes before that massive run happened with everything else. All right. And this was, no, that's SMH. Let's see. All right. And this was Netflix as it was running, and it got to 360, and people started taking their money off the table. Eventually, it went a lot higher, all the way up towards like 377 before it started going sideways. All right. But overall, again, it was a pretty good week. Like somebody made 47% on Netflix. Another person made, this is from the NVIDIA calls. Again, as I told y'all, people just kept holding those calls when it went a lot higher towards 320, which is good. Again, I'm not perfect. I don't make perfect trades. I try. I try my best to execute the trade exactly how I planned. And sometimes along the way, I see the P&L and I'm like, you know what? I like it. And then I end up taking profits early. Sometimes, not all the time. Again, these structures will happen over and over again, and the goal is to do better every single time. So that's pretty much the recap for the stocks. That's how the trade went for us, and is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to annihilate the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, helps the channel a lot and allows more people to get this knowledge as well. If you have any questions at all, definitely drop them in the comment section of the video below. If you would like to be part of a private Discord community where you can get all of this information in real time as I see them, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. If you haven't followed me on social media yet, you can find me at Paul Nguma and at Patternology Lab on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if all of this is brand new to you, if you're interested in getting started in the stock market, there are some basic step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. step 1 to step 3. It only takes about 10 to 15 minutes for you to have all the tools you need to start trading immediately. You can also get some free stocks after signing up with Webull using the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Duma with Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video.